Breaking now at noon, Portland Police Chief Mike Reese says he is retiring after 4 years as Chief of Police. Welcome to Coin 6 News at noon. I'm Mike Murad.
And I'm Jenny Hansen. We actually want to go straight to that news conference. It is happening right now at the Justice Center.
Mayor Hales and former Mayor Ken Adams, the opportunity to serve as Chief and for their support the last 4.5 years. I couldn't have done this job without a lot of guidance, faith, and support from so many people. Co-workers, colleagues, friends, family, business leaders, and community members. I've also felt the prayers of the faith community, including the members of my church, First Christian. I feel so fortunate to have such sincere and thoughtful people surrounding me. We've made some significant proud of. During my tenure, the Police Bureau has increased the hiring of women and minority officers by more than 40%. For the first time in the history of the Portland Police Bureau, we have a training complex that will train police officers for generations to come. We have created better policies on the use of force and systems of accountability that align with community values. The Police Bureau's use of force is down 32%, and over the last 4 years, citizen complaints have also dropped. As we waited for the DOJ settlement agreement to be finalized, we charted a positive course with reform measures.
Good afternoon. You're joining CDC's update on the Ebola response. Today we have two speakers, and then we'll take questions. Our first speaker today is CDC Director
All of this
Dr.
work was
Tom
completed by a
Frieden.
team within the Bureau and outside of it, and I was just fortunate to be a part of it.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm proud of some
Good
visual
afternoon.
accomplishments as well.
Today
we have new
is
uniforms,
1 week
and
since
newly designed vehicles, and we're a nod to our past. We've successfully entered the world of social media by communicating to the public through Facebook and being one of the first law enforcement agencies in the country to use our Twitter handle on the side of. What's next? Well, a big part of that is family. I want to thank my family who's here today. They're all standing over here. My wife Cindy, my parents, Clyde and Becky, and my daughters Alexandra and Rachel. They've been patient as they shared me with this job, and I think that they'll be happy to see a little more of me. As for the immediate future, I'm hoping it includes a lot of adventure, especially in regard to sailing, triathlons, coaching youth basketball, and civic affairs. Down the road, I'm excited for new opportunities. I feel privileged to have spent the last 25 years as a law enforcement officer serving this community. I am proud to wear this uniform and work alongside some of the finest people in law enforcement. In January, when it's time to hang it up, I will do so with the knowledge that it's truly been an honor. Mayor Hales.
We're having some audio issues there, obviously, but again, that's Portland Police Chief Mike Reese announcing his retirement. He's been the chief for about 4 years. Sounds like it's kind of dropping in and out there, but again, been the police chief about 4 years, and he is appointing Deputy Chief Larry O'Day to be taking over that top spot.
And he said he was happy to be 25 years as a law enforcement officer. Right now, we are hearing from Mayor Charlie Hales.
Well, consistently, and it has been a pleasure for me as mayor to work with this chief of police and with this chief of police command staff and bureau behind him. We've had a good working relationship throughout, had close and open communications all through, so therefore when the subject came up as he raised it of when should this retirement take place and how should it take place, both of us were committed to the idea that this ought to be an orderly transition. That this is a professional organization that serves our city well if it practices consistency. So doing this in an orderly way is the right thing to do. Some of us are having trouble, frankly, remembering when the last one was so orderly because it's not been typical. So if you're looking for drama or intrigue, consult tonight's TV listings or read Dana Haynes' latest book. This is a professional organization moving from one leader to another. We have challenges ahead, as Chief Reese indicated. The Department of Justice settlement is something that he and I and others in this Bureau have embraced, and we have things to do and a tight timeline in which to do them. We have a staffing study underway, and we have important work to do well underway to continue to diversify the workforce of this Bureau, to work even more closely in partnership with our citizens and our neighborhoods, and to manage a budget carefully at all times. I'm looking for a leadership style in this Bureau of someone who's collaborative and inclusive, someone who practices open communications, someone who will always be courageous to say what needs to be said to me as mayor and to do the right thing. And I am confident and proud to select Larry O'Day, Assistant Chief Larry O'Day, as Mike's successor as the Chief of Police in Portland. Many of you know Larry has served with the Bureau for 28 years. He's one of our most decorated officers with 11 medals and 75 letters of commendation. His priorities are in alignment with mine. He's done great work in the Bureau so far in equity, in building an operations branch, for example, that's 2/3 women and people of color. He's lived the idea of community engagement, practices that, believes in that, and inspires others to follow him into that model of policing. So I'm very proud, Mike, of the work that you and I have done. I'm excited about the work that Larry and I and this community will do together. This is from strength to strength, from integrity to integrity, and from excellent leadership to excellent leadership. Thank you both. Larry?
Thank you, Mayor Hales, and thank you, Chief Reese, for all of your support. I am honored to be selected as the next Chief of Police for the City of Portland. And I do this with a willingness to continue the significant changes that we have been working on for the last several years. The next coming months, as both the Chief and the Mayor said, bring some challenges to us. We've got a lot of work to do with the DOJ. We're going to have a COCO position selected, a COAB Community Advisory Board. We've got the results of the staffing study coming out. We've got to put together a budget, and then we've got our new records management system going online in the spring. I bring a unique perspective to this job. I'm starting my 29th year in the Portland Police Bureau. I spent the last several years in the Chief's office working several different assignments. One of those assignments was the Assistant Chief in charge of the Services Branch. That is all of our support functions, our training, our personnel, our records, our IT, our physical, and our Strategic Services Division. I'm currently the Assistant Chief in charge of the Operations Branch. There I oversee the 3 precincts, the Transit Division, Traffic Division, and the Youth Services Division. I was also part of all the negotiations that the city had with the Department of Justice, so I'm very familiar with that document, and I fully support achieving all those goals within that. This experience has really given me a deep foundation that I'm going to draw upon to do this job and lead this agency. I have 4 areas that I'm going to focus on, my primary 4 focus areas. The first is that we focus on a relationship-based philosophy of policing. I can't sit up in my office and direct that we work on this crime or this livability issue and that work for everybody. But what I can do is message to our membership that they go out and build trusting relationships in all parts of the community, because the needs are different. The needs for downtown are different than the needs for the community out of 162nd and Burnside, different from the needs of Cully and Killingsworth. But if our members are all out building those relationships and working on that community's priorities, we can better meet our community needs. My second area of focus is increasing diversity in the Police Bureau and increasing diversity in the Police Bureau's leadership. Every community member should be able to look at the Police Bureau and see somebody that shares their same culture and background. Increasing our diversity in the Police Bureau is going to do a couple things for us. It's going to increase community trust, and it's going to change the way that we think and work within the Police Bureau. Third thing I want to focus on, increasing our communication and our collaboration. We'll do that both internally and externally. You heard the several challenges that we have coming up. Within that, there is a lot of traditional and non-traditional partners that we need to make sure we are very much collaborating with and very much communicating around. My last focus area is around being fiscally responsible. People work very hard. They pay a lot of tax dollars. They want those to be used and spent in a smart way. The Police Bureau is the biggest general fund user, and it's very important to me personally that every dollar we spend is a dollar that we need and that we spend it wisely. This can be a collaborative effort because we can't continue to move forward without the support and help from community, from our leaders, from our advisors, and work together on this. You know, one of the things that's important to me is I like to build. I spend my Saturdays building houses for Habitat for Humanity, but also build relationships. I build those inside the Bureau and I build those outside the Bureau. I really believe that it's a pivotal time right now for the Police Bureau, and I look forward to our continued development. Thank you.
So we're available for your questions.
Mayor, did you consider having a national search at all?
Yeah, thank you, Maxine. As you know, in my practice, and I generally encourage this with other commissioners making appointments as well, to conduct a national search. We did that for hiring a new transportation director, a new city attorney, and a new director for the Fire and Police Disability and Retirement Board. And I'm glad we conducted those national searches in each case. In this case, there are several reasons why I don't think that was the right move. First, public safety agencies, it's occasionally doable and effective to bring in someone from the outside as a change agent. I did that when I hired Bob Wall as fire chief 20 years ago, and that was the right move for the Fire Bureau then. But there's no question that that's very disruptive to a public safety agency. Secondly, we have great strength in this Bureau, great leaders. Larry is one among them. There are other people in this Bureau who I also believe are qualified to serve as chief. So we have great bench strength in this Bureau, and in my opinion, we have the perfect candidate here ready to take over when Mike retires. So therefore, conducting an exercise of going through the motions of a national search would be just that. I think we would end up at the same place.
Yes, actually, we'll end the formalities, and both the mayor and Chief O'Day are available for one-on-one interviews afterwards. Chief Reese is going to go spend some time with his family today. We thank you for coming, and we will have more opportunities to talk with Chief Reese in the coming months. Thank you.
Two-minute pause.
And if you are just joining us right now, Portland Police Chief Mike Reese is retiring. Assistant Chief Larry O'Day is taking over. We also heard from Mayor Charlie Hales, who said he's had a good working relationship with the police department and said, quote, if you are looking for drama or intrigue, check the TV listings. He's